Israel. We're about to start the scripture breakdown for I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica. All right. Shalom, Yahshua, Shalom, Yahbashim Yashai Brakatham, Shalom Shema Tabashim Yashai to the sisters. All right. Today, we can try and get into the breakdown on the prodigal son, but before that, let's go to, I believe, let's start off with John. All right. John 7:17, I believe. All right. Where let's see. Where Christ was calling Judas, son of perdition. All right. Let me get it here quick. It's gonna be in the book of John. All right. And now what we have to know is Israelites, we have a certain way of speaking. All right. When the Bible calls Christ the Son of God, does it mean he is physically the Son of God, like the Christian church or the Catholic church would have us believe, that Mary had sex with the Most High, or the Most High put sperms in Mary's belly to create Christ? Right? We had to understand how Israel speak. Right? How we speak and how the white man speak is two totally different things. All right? We speak totally different to him. When we say son, the Son of God, it just means that he has the closest straight to the Most High. You understand? He just means he had the closest straight to the Most High. That's all. Ain't nothing out of this world, extraordinary or nothing like that. All right? But the Christian church will have you think like that because they do not have the truth. You understand? So we're gonna go to let's see. All right, let's see. Christ's own mouth. All right, John. So like yeah, I'm gonna call you after the class. I'll call you after the class. All right, sure. All right. So where we at? John. 1 minute. Where's Abaddon 1? All right. We're gonna get it. It's in John. Get the scripture he went into. All right, we're gonna get it. All right. So when the Bible speaks about son of this, son of that, it's almost like it's like when somebody is called the son of son of a bitch, does it mean that that person came from a female dog, or does it mean he's acting like a female dog? You understand? That's how we speak. You understand? Son of this, son of man, son of this. All right, that's how we speak. Good. Come on, wait till this. All right. John 17. All right. John 17. Let's start at verse 9. Right. This here is written in red, and it's coming out of Christ's own mouth. All right. And we're going to read it here right now. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. All right. So Christ here is speaking, is praying to the Most High and thanking him for sending these disciples. You understand? That stayed with him through, through the thick and thin. You understand? Peter, Paul, not Paul, James, all right, John. You understand? These 12 stuck with him, through the thick and thin, man. You understand? Even John the Baptist was not in the truth. You understand? He couldn't handle what Christ said out of his mouth. You understand? It was a point in time where brothers and sisters was like, you couldn't understand what Christ was saying, and they didn't want to believe it, so they left. You understand? And Christ is praying for the brothers and sisters who stayed back. You understand? Especially his disciples. So let's read on. And all verse 10, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. You understand? Right? Because Christ teaching these brothers and sisters, he's glorifying them because they're taking on that teaching and going out and teaching and raising up the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? Verse 11. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world. Right? And I am come to thee, Holy Father. Keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. You understand? So Christ is praying here for his brothers, man, and his sisters. You understand? That the Lord take care of them. You understand? Because Christ is saying that he ain't going to be here no more in this world. I mean, he's going to die and go. You understand? But we're going to be right here. I mean, Christ in here right now, Christ for the Most High. But we here on this earth here, and Christ is praying for the brothers and sisters who took up this teaching that he taught and lay hold good onto it, and now following the Lord's statutes and commandments. Now we're dealing with each other according to the laws the Lord laid down. All right? Verse 12. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. All right? While he was on this earth, those 12 and those disciples and those brothers and sisters who followed him, he kept them in his name. You understand? Meaning he taught these brothers and sisters how to serve the Most High. You understand? All right? Those that thou givest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition. Right? He said, none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. All right? That son of perdition. Who's the son of perdition is he speaking about? You know what I mean? Anybody on the YouTube? Anybody on the Facebook? Who's the son of perdition? Is Christ speaking about here right now? I'll give it a minute to see if I get any answers. I'll give it 1 minute. All right, who's this son of perdition Christ is speaking here about, man? All right, so I'll read it over one more time. All right, Christ said, while I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. All right, those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. All right. Yeah, a few more seconds before I give you the answer on who that son of perdition is. Who is he speaking about? You understand? All right. All right. So the son of perdition that has been spoken of here right now is who you will call Judas. You understand? Judas, though he was walking with Christ, wasn't taking on the teaching Christ was teaching. You understand? That's why he said he was lost. Right? Judas was not in the truth, as some of you all will think that he was in the truth. You understand? Judas left this truth. He wasn't taking on the teaching. That's why some of you Christians wanna link Judas to what these so-called pedophiles or you all call priests are doing. You understand? So if one bad, then all had to be bad. No. You understand? That's for the Christian church. You understand? Judas was never in the truth. So there's no linking Judas to Christ. Judas was not following. That's why Christ called him the what? The son of perdition. You understand? That the scripture might be fulfilled. Okay? That's that with John 17, and we read from 9 to verse 12. All right. Now, son of perdition there is basically speaking about Judas. All right. They ain't talking about the going specific to the white man. You understand? That son of perdition is just like the how to put it, like the son of God. Christ is the closest thing to the Most High, so he was called the Son of God. You understand? Son of perdition, just meaning closest thing to the so-called devil, or you understand, the white man. So he called him the son of perdition. All right. Um, let's go to I believe let's get into our topic, which is in Luke 15. Let's go talk about the prodigal son. All right, Christians like to say, talk about, all right, the so-called prodigal son. All right, let's go to Luke 15 and let's start at verse 11. Let's see what the prodigal son is all about. Let's see, the prodigal son is what the Christian church claimed it was, which was that this was just a man that sinned and he was coming back to the Lord. Right? Remember, Christ spoke in parables, and there was a reason why Christ was speaking in parables. Right? What was the reason Christ was speaking in parables? Because Christ ain't come here for everybody. You understand? Christ came here for selected people, few people. You understand? And you'll see. That's why he spoke in parables. Right? That's why certain people couldn't understand them, and because they couldn't understand them, they wasn't able to follow him. Because Christ ain't what the Christian church would, would have you think. He ain't that. All right. So let's get to where I tell you to go. Luke 15, I believe 11. All right. So it's in red again, which means what? This is out of Christ's mouth. So it's saying this. A certain man had two sons. All right. So a certain man had two sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, forgive me. Father, give me the portion of my goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. He divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the young man gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. All right. So he gave the younger son or his inheritance, and his youngest son took all the inheritance and went and lived it on party and whatever he did it. All right. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in the land. So he spent all the money. Wherever he was, he spent all that money. And now a famine came. Right? He had no money. All right. Now in the land, and he began to be in want, meaning he started what? Wanting what? Food, shelter, you name it. He started being want. After he spent all his money out, a famine came after it. Boy, oh boy. Verse 14, verse 15. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. So now, after he spent all his money and the famine came, he had no money. He needed what? Food, shelter, whatever he needed, whatever he wanted. You understand? He had to go what? Now work for some citizen. You understand? Of whatever country he was in, right? Yeah, and that's it. Puts him in in the fields, right? To feed what? Swine, to feed pig. You understand? Here on pig farm, trying to take care of these pigs for this Swiss in this country. All right. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat. You understand? He was that hungry. The same food he fed the swine, the pig, he wanted to eat. All right? Um, no, and no man gave unto him. Right? No man gave unto him. So he's sounding, this story here is sounding like what? Like Christ is speaking about a man who left, right? Who left his father, took all his inheritance, and went and spent everything, and then what? Came back, right? Let's finish reading it. And when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father? So he came to himself, meaning he came to his senses, right? He started thinking about the life he was living before. You understand? Before he left his father, right? And most of us would what the Christians, and the reason why it's so difficult to understand Christianity is because the Christian church does not join the Old Testament with the New Testament, right? Especially Catholic Church. You understand? They just read the New Testament and that's it. Everything in the Old, it's done away with, right? And I'm going to show you the link with the Old and the New, with the New Testament that the Lord left here for us, right? And when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with what? With hunger. So he hungry and he remembering what his father had for him while he was back there. All right. I will arise and go to my father and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, right? And I am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. So in his mind, he is saying what? He is going back to his father to repent for what he did, right? Took all the inheritance his father gave him and went and did what? Spent it on riotous living. Whatever he wanted to do, he went and enjoy life, all right? And the Christian church will have you think this prodigal son is talking about just a man. It's more than that. And you will see, all right? And he arose and said to his father, but when he arose and came to his father, but when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. Right? The father was happy. Christ giving his parable of this father was happy to see his son coming back home. Right? And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and no more worthy to be called thy son. All right. So he laying it out to the father. All right. Confessing to the father, you know what I mean, what he did. You understand? Verse 22. But the father said to his servant, bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and on his feet, and bring hither the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. You understand? His father was so happy to see his son returning that he tell his servants to make this boy look glorious and to kill, I mean, the best what? The best sheep, the best cow, whatever. They was about to have a party for this boy coming back, his father. You understand? And for this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found, and they began to be merry. Right? Now, what I'm gonna do is, right, I'm gonna show you in the Old Testament, right, what this is all speaking about right here. All right, this here is speaking about blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. This here is speaking about them. But you will know that sitting down in a Christian church, because the Christian church told us that what? Jesus Christ came and died for everybody. But we all know by reading this Bible and in the UPK, being in the classes in UPK, that Christ only died for him. You understand? That's who Christ died for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Is given a parable on two men, right? Now, in the Old Testament, right, what happened to the tribe of Israel? Let's see if you all remember. All right, I'm gonna give you a few minutes, right? In the Old Testament, what happened to the tribe of Israel? All right. And Facebook, YouTube, all right. What happened to the tribe of Israel?
What? Pick up.
All right.
What?
Give it to them 2 seconds. Let me see if anybody's going to respond. All right.
All right.
Yes, they serve other gods, but give me a little more. What happened to, okay, because I'm trying to link it to about these two sons, what the Christian church call, or what the Christian church called the prodigal son. I'm trying to link it to that. All right. The kingdom and was cut off. You close on to it, Mendez. Very close to it. All right. Something happened to the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. And it was a reason why the Lord had it that way. Okay. I give you all about 2 minutes again to see if you can get a response in. All right. Today we're going to find out who the prodigal son is. All right. Who is these two sons Christ was referring to? All right. And once you get an understanding, you'll understand why Paul, you understand, why they were going back concerning the so-called Gentiles. All right. All right. But you'll never get the understanding of this in the Christian church. All right. They left the Most High. Yes. But yet they tell me, okay, let me give it back. There's some history on it. And hopefully you'll start ringing some bells. Right? You all remember King, right? What the Lord was wrought with King Solomon for doing. You type it in. What was the Lord pissed off with King Solomon for? All right. I give some history on it. Anybody? All right. Somebody getting close to it. Ayan, Lawan, Na, Bat Banyamian. We're getting close to it. Let's go and see why the Lord was pissed off with King David and what he said was going to happen. All right, I think is 8 seconds or first 1 minute. All right. Yes, Ron Mendes, correct. All right, let's go to 1 Kings 11. All right, chapter 11. We're going to start at verse 1. All right. So 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zonianites, Hittites. You understand? King Solomon loved all these women, white women, Chinese, African, you name it, Arab. He loved all these women, right? Concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. You understand? Meaning the Lord was against, all the way back then, the Lord was against interracial marriages. You understand? The Lord was against us not having a white woman or a sister having a white man. You understand? Or a brother having a Chinese woman. Right? There's a story in the one of the brothers trust a javelin through a brother and a heathen woman. You understand? He trusted. Why? Because the law was against it and we were sinning and the law was killing us. You understand? Now the Lord is fully against these interracial marriages. America pushes it on us like if it's okay. The Christian church pushes it on us like if it's okay. But according to the Bible, it's wrong. And when you do it, you anger God. All right? Right? So in verse 2, for surely they will turn away after their gods. You understand? The Lord know what he was talking about, man. Now you have Kanye, men like Kanye West, help the black community. What he doing? He went and slept with a white woman. You understand? He went and lay down in trash. You understand? Or in a dog dump. You know what I mean? He went and sleep with a dog. And you see going on. Now he in the White House, he ain't trying to help us out. You understand? He trying to join us further onto our the devil. You understand? He trying to join us onto further to further get us destroyed in this place. Right? The Lord said what? For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. You understand? Kanye West ain't no way close trying to serve the God of this Bible, the God of the Hebrews. Man, which is what? Christianity, which is Sergio Borgia. You understand? If we have a chance, we're going to get into some of that. Right? Yes, you're right. You're right. He started messing with heathen nation. All right. Now, so hard after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. Solomon was in love with these filthy dogs. You understand? He clave onto them, man. All right. So much we're gonna read about it. Verse 4. No, sorry, verse 3. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. You understand? Okay, the Bible, we did this, I believe, last week, right? Does wives a man could have. So it's not wrong for a man to have more than one wife. You understand? What was wrong for King Solomon to do was to go and have these heathen women as his wives. You understand? Right? Verse 4. For it came to pass when Solomon was old, right? Up in age, right? Weak. You understand? That his wives, God, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his power, as was the heart of David his father. You understand? Like Solomon lost it here, where the Most High was going to get totally pissed off with him, because his heart wasn't perfect like King David's heart was. You understand? And for who want to say the Bible is all love, David did a ton of killing. But what is the Bible saying here? As was the heart of King David, his father. King David was more with the Most High than you Christians. Back man, King David. You understand? Who are the wives to? You understand? Verse 5. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth. All right? You'll get into all these goddesses. The goddess of you understand? Ashtaroth is the one where you come all the way to today, I believe, with Mary. all the way up to Mary here to today. The gods that we serve in here today, back then. Today, they're just called by different names. That's all. All right, and that's where you get Easter from. When you go look up Easter, you'll see goes all the way back to this Astaroth with these Zidonianites who believe what is African. You understand? And after Milcom, right, who is basically Molech, the abomination of Ammonites, and Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as David did his father. Right? Solomon did. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hills that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all strange wives, which burn and sacrifice unto their gods. So Solomon went totally left field with this. You understand? And the Lord is going to he was Solomon. Right? Verse 9. And the Lord was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned from the Lord power of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, you know, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, all these are things, other gods that our people go after. Rastafarianism, you understand? All these things we go after, after other gods. It has none of this Bible. Now, verse verse 10, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Just like many of our Christian church in that mosque, in that Buddhist temple, we ain't keeping the commandments of the Lord. All right. Verse, therefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. You understand? This here is the beginning of when the Lord split us. You understand? He rented the kingdom from King Solomon, right? Because of what he did. Because he wants to go and have sex with heathen woman. You understand? He wants interracial marriage. Right? Fully in support of it. The Lord was angry at him, and the Lord was about to rend the kingdom from him. Right? Verse 12. Notwithstanding in thy days, I will not do it for David thy father's sake. So not in the days Solomon was king, he said he was going to rend the kingdom. His father, to show you how much the Lord loved King David. You understand? How be not all, but will give one tribe to thy son for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. You understand? He wouldn't read all of them. He would leave one tribe, and that one tribe he left with who? Was that one tribe he left with? Judah. All right, who gonna get me? Was that one tribe he left with Judah?
Salaki, sir.
Come on, Abba, that one.
Benjamin. Tribe of Benjamin.
Yes, that there was a tribe of Benjamin. All right, that's the one tribe with with Solomon or with Judah. All right. Now, right, right. And the Lord still said unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite, he was of the king's seed in Edom. For it came to pass, so that going into a little more, right? But the Lord rent the kingdom from Son, right? That's why when you read on, it's going to tell you where it's split, all right? And it's split in who was um who was at the time Judah and Benjamin, and then it's split to the other 10, right? And the leader for those other, you understand, tribes was the tribe of Ephraim, right? So it was what the Hispanics and the native Indians. All right, the Lord split it. All right, the Lord had enough of what King Solomon did. Like, don't think you ain't gonna pay for all the sin that you're doing. Yes, Christ died for your sin, but if you continue to sin, you understand, the Lord gonna make sure you have to pay. You understand? You have to pay. You come into this truth and you understand? You follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. Solomon, you know what I mean, paid for what he did. All right. Where we at now? So we clear on the two of them being separated into Judah, who was the tribe of Benjamin, and Judah, and then you have Ephraim, right? Now the reason why I don't mention Levi is because when you read a little bit, you'll see that part of Levi left, or I should say the whole tribe of Levi left with the 10 tribes, with the Hispanics and them, right? And then there was an issue with where they was doing the high holy days, basically. And part of Levi left and went with Judah. Okay? All right. With um with the 10 tribes. Sometimes you might hear people saying 10 and a half tribes. Or yeah, or 9.5, I should say. You understand? But it's 2 tribes, and then the other 2 make up Benjamin and Judah. All right. Now let's go to Ezekiel 37. All right. So for the proof. Now you have to read these things. You have to understand these things, because when Christ came into the new, right, they'll further give you an understanding of why he came and what he came to do. You understand? The Christian church don't even type of history with you because they don't know. All the taught us to do in the Christian church is to serve the white man. You understand? To love the white man. You understand? Not to love the Lord, but the white man. Now let's go to Ezekiel, what? 37. Let's go to Ezekiel 37. All right. Go to Ezekiel 37. Let's get it. Let's see where to start. All right. So in Ezekiel 37, this is Ezekiel here, and he's giving you, he's telling you about him prophesying, the Lord telling him to prophesy to these dry bones. All right. You ever hear about the valley of the dry bones? This is basically here was where you get that from. All right. With Ezekiel asking the Lord or tell Ezekiel, giving him a order of what to do, to go prophesy onto these dry bones, and then sinew, and then all these things started to come on them, right? Until they became a whole body. Now we're going to skip down to verse 16. All right. So verse 16 reads, moreover, right, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions, right? Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of, and for all the house of Israel, his companions, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. You understand? So he's giving you a prophecy. He's telling you what's going to happen. You understand? With Judah and Israel. All right. Verse 17, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, thus say the Lord power, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hands of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, right? The other tribes, right? Manasseh, Gad, Simeon, who's who again? Who again? Zebulon, who? Asher, you understand? Like he telling you what's going on here. He telling you to bring that stick, right? Stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and would put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall become one in my hand. You understand? That's been the fight in the New Testament. When Christ and died for people, it was talking about who? In the New Testament, it was talking about the brother and the brother scattered out of them. You understand? That's why Paul and right always on that topic. You understand? On the fact that Christ came for these so-called Gentiles, these brothers and sisters who weren't living in Jerusalem. You understand? That's where the circumcision, all of that comes into play, because they didn't want to join back these other tribes together with Judah. You understand? Now with that, anymore? Okay, let's read on a little more. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. And say unto them, thus say the Lord power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. You understand? He's going to bring them into their own land. Right? And I will make them one in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And who's that one king? Who's that one king? You understand? Who's that one king is talking about? All right? Who's that one king that is talking about?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
He's talking about
Who?
Yahweh Shai.
Jesus Christ. They call Jesus Christ Yahweh Shai Mashiach in the Hebrew. That's that one king We tell brothers and sisters, do not go on vote. Voting does not make any sense because why? The Most High already give us a king. We already have a king, and that's Christ. So you going on voting, you just, you know what I mean? You just playing it wrong. You know what I mean? You just playing it wrong. Yes, man, there's Yahweh Shai. You just playing it wrong. You understand? The Lord told us that Christ is our king. All right, where we at right now? All right, and there shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. You understand? Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgression, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power, their God. You understand? That's the Most High. That's what the Most High did. That's why Christ came. When he came into the New Testament, he came so that the brothers and sisters who living in Jerusalem and outside Jerusalem could be saved. You understand? So the Lord wouldn't have to kill us, put us to death for sinning. You understand? Christ came and showed us how to do it. Right? And now Christ here is in Luke. Let's go back to Luke. Now let's go all the way back to Luke. Let's go to the New Testament. Right? We had Luke 15. Luke 15. All right. Read Luke 15, and I believe we started at 11. All right. Now, let's read verse 11 there for me.
Luke chapter 15, verse 11. And he said, a certain man had two sons.
So this is saying a certain man had two sons. Okay? We're going to link them two sons. Now, hold where we at right here and go to, I believe it's Romans.
Okay.
Let's see. Romans, hold up. Don't get it. You ain't gonna hear this in a Christian church, people. I'm telling you straight up and down. You ain't gonna hear this in no Christian church. Let's see. All right. Go to Romans 11. All right, Romans 11. All right. So you know this is Paul here speaking right now. All right, Romans, I tell you.
11, sir.
11. We start at verse 1, and then we go skip around.
Okay, sir. Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people?
Has the Most High what?
Cast away his people?
Cast away his people. You understand? Now, what we just read in Luke, you understand, with these two sons, right? Read on.
The Most High forbid.
All right, the Most High what?
Forbid.
Forbid. Right, meaning hell no. Read on.
For I also am an Israelite.
So Paul is giving his registry here. Read on.
Out of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
So he's telling you what tribe he come from. You understand? And what people he came from. Right? He's an Israelite. Right? Read on.
The Most High have not cast away his people, which he foreknew.
Read on.
Wot ye not what the scriptures say of Elias? How he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and altars, and I am left alone, and they
understand. So let me see if I can skip it down. Verse 13.
Verse 13. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles.
As much as I'm the what?
I am the apostle of the Gentiles.
Why? What was the situation with Peter and Paul concerning these people, concerning his brothers and sisters? Was it? Come on.
It's like the other one. Peter wanted to teach the Israelites in Jerusalem. He thought that it was only righteous to only teach those brothers that was in Jerusalem at the time, his brothers and sisters.
Yes, in a nutshell, basically, yes. Okay. You understand? That's Peter taught is just for these brothers and sisters in Jerusalem. Okay. Right? That's why Paul said what? Read verse 13.
For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles.
Because Paul understood what? What did Paul understood? Anybody? Facebook, YouTube. Come on.
Thank you, sir.
Mission was.
Right, what Christ's mission was. You understand? Abaddon, what is going to say?
I was going to say that Paul understood that the northern kingdom was to return.
But because of the topic, you want to stay on the fact that Paul understood that Christ died for these Gentiles, just like the brothers in who? In where? In Jerusalem. You understand?
Right.
Read.
I magnify mine office.
Right.
If by any means I may provoke to emulation.
Cause it to be. Right. Right. Read on.
Them which are my flesh.
Them which are my what?
My flesh.
And what flesh? Come on.
It's like Israelite.
Yes, that's what he said. In the first verse, he tell he was an Israelite. So, and one more time.
If by any means I may provoke them to emulation, them which are and might save some of them.
All right, might save what? Read on.
For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world.
So who's the casting away of them? Who's the them? Who's the them?
The Israelites.
Be more specific.
The
it's like I won't say the Gentiles are the one. They call them Gentiles.
Right, the northern kingdom.
Say that one time.
The northern kingdom and those who were cast out.
Who was in the northern kingdom you're talking about? You talking about the 10?
The 10 lost tribes.
And
those who were carried away captive from Judah as well.
Okay. Read it one more time.
For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world.
Reconciling of the world. Now remember, okay, at this time the earth known who to be the Israelites.
At this time. So like
at this time.
Time. Who? The ones living in Jerusalem.
Right. Who you call what?
Give
me what tribe?
Oh, Salakia. The southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
What you call them? What you call them? What we call them? One word. What you call? Okay, remember in the Old Testament, right? When the tribe was split in two, what you call them? What the Bible refer to them as?
Jews.
Tell me what the Bible refer to them as in the Old Testament.
Slack. Judah
and Israel. Right? Right? The Bible refers to the other the two tribes that were split Israel. We can pull up my precept.
Come on,
right? When it say for the casting away of them, right? That's Judah, right? Be the reconciling of the world what shall the receiving of them be but life from the what? From the dead. Right? For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. You understand? That's Judah again. That first fruit, he just giving you what in English, what it called I forget a word in English. Basically, yes, right? For if the first fruit be holy, which is who? Judah, all right, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the what? The branches. You understand?
Okay.
It's one tree, right? If the root holy, the what? Right? You have one there? All right, tell them where you at.
Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12.
So Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12. Go ahead.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
The what?
The outcasts of Israel. Together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the.
You understand? Like that was a plan when Christ came. You understand? When Christ came, he came to join these two tribes, these tribes back together as one nation. That's why when you read when Christ was I think it's somewhere in Matthew where he said, if you could find it from where he said, will fall. A house divided will fall. You understand? And that's what happened to us back then, and that's what's going on right now. You understand? Because you have men like Kanye West who wants to lick the white man's behind. And you have the brothers in the U.P.K. who wants to see these devils die. You understand? By the hands of the Most High. You understand? We're on two different levels, two different paths. You understand? Theirs ain't going to stand, but because this is of the Lord, it will stand.
Right.
You understand? The churches, they all are going to fall. They are going to fall. I know it seems glorious. I know it seems like they have all the money in the world, all the loot in the world. You understand? All the so-called holiness in the world, but it's going to fall because it's not of the Lord. You understand? When the white man fall, you'll see those churches. You'll see how full your church is. When this place get a little grimy, what the white man call it depression.
Right.
When the depression started hit, I'm see how much of you 10-gallon hat wearing hose. I want to see how you all gonna make out. You understand? And you brothers who want to sit holy and beat a tambourine on your hip.
Right.
I want to see when that day come, what's gonna happen. Right. If a tambourine gonna help you when in your door. And be like, hold up, let me go get my tambourine. You know what I mean? I'll see who's gonna help you. Okay.
Come.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And your thoughts. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Every kingdom. Okay, what you say? That what brought down the Roman Empire. You understand? That what brought down all them empires on the earth. You understand? Except what? Egypt. Yeah. Egypt. Among them bastards in and when Christ returned, fire and brimstone on these devils. You understand? America is read.
And every house divided shall not stand.
Shall not stand. Now you understand Stockholm the way it is. You understand? Because it, you understand? Because mommy have wants to take that, like, you know, I mean, whatever, America is going to fall because it's divorce. You understand? Now, daddy, he doesn't know how to rule his house. You understand? And America doesn't give him no support on ruling his house. None whatsoever. So it's going to do what? Christ is out of Christ. It is going to fall.
Right.
It ain't going to stand. So go back.
Romans chapter 11, verse 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be?
Right.
But life from the dead,
right.
First fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
I read on.
And if some of the branches be broken off,
if some of the branches be broken off, so you know what the branches speaking of here, right? Read on.
And thou being a wild olive tree,
and thou being a what?
A wild olive tree, wert graft in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Read on.
Boast not against the branches.
Right, boast not against the branches. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what Paul had to deal with all the time. With Judas saying what? I'm better than what? I'm better than you. Because I'm in Jerusalem. Because my foreskin on my penis is cut. Right. You understand? I'm better than you. You understand? That's what we had to deal with. Right. Right, read on.
Boast not against the branch. If thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
All right, read on.
Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in.
Right. So read on.
Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear.
Right. You tell them, don't be high-minded. You understand? Don't be high-minded at all. You understand? No, don't take it for granted that what? That you understand what I'm saying? Right. I read on.
I spared not just take heed, lest he also spare not thee.
No, he spare not thee. You understand what I'm saying? Like Paul, you understand, on a different level. Right. You understand? Of what happened to Israel. Right? Because the Most High cast away Israel. And Israel, meaning the 10.5 tribe, and they went into slavery. I believe it's the Assyrian captivity. Okay. You understand? They went into that captivity. You understand? That's why when you read in Apocrypha, they tried to leave their captivity and go where? And went to where? To North America. Right? Right. What your Bible calls Assyria. You understand? And when they went there in the hope of doing what the Lord said to do, what happened? The Lord sent that devil right back to the I want to say to the, you know what I mean, to them. Right. You understand? And they were back into what? Slavery again. Right. Like you can't run from a judgment. Just like we can't run from our judgment, the white man definitely cannot run from his judgment. You understand? Right. Cannot. No day, no way. You understand? The Bible already prophesied that what? Let's get Esau in the here for me. Get Esau. All right? Get Esau for me. All right? He can't run from that judgment. Right. You think he can? That's why he all the way in what? In space. All right? What Trump said they was gonna do? Build a space military, a force. We'll see how bad your space force is up against Christ and his military. You know what I mean? And the Lord's military.
Oh, gotcha.
Go ahead. Just we have Esau or Edom.
We got Esau here. Edom, sir.
Yeah, look for Edom.
Oh, gotcha.
I think I have it highlighted.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. You'll see it's at the bottom where it will tell you that he has no all right. And then we're gonna go back to the so-called prodigal son, and let's read it again, right, in Luke with a different eyesight. You understand? To show you who is the son they're speaking about here.
Come on, guys.
All right, go ahead.
Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scripture of great future judgment.
So tell them we're reading out of right now?
Bible Dictionary, page 234. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgment. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High.
Who was what?
Who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High.
Who was not given any promise of mercy. None whatsoever. So, Mr. White Man, you think you can run? Get fit, man. Go get fit. See how far you can run. Nice spaceship. You see how far them spaceship could get you. How far them boats and stuff could get you. But you are going to get no mercy. None whatsoever. Now go to go back to Luke 15.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Luke chapter 15, verse 11. He said, a certain man had 2 sons.
Right, a certain man. Right. Let me see what right. And this certain man had 2 sons. In the parable, let me see if the give us it here. Right, man. Basically, in the parable is who? Who's the certain man in this parable? Come on, Akaya. Huh?
Sir.
Yes.
The Most High is that certain man.
Very good. That certain man is the Most High. He had how many sons?
2.
A certain man had 2 sons.
So he had 2 sons. And who are those 2 sons?
And the younger of them said to
Who are the 2 sons that the Most High had?
Judah and Israel.
Judah and Israel. All right. Judah being who? Judah, Benjamin, right, and part of Levi. That's why as I say, you'll hear some people saying tribe of Levi, because when you read in the book of Kings, it tells you that half of Levi left because who was the priest of the Lord at that time? The Levites. And they knew, yes, and they knew what Israel was doing was not right by making a new altar or a new place to go have your so-called Passover. That's why we say if you're not at I.S.U.P.K. Passover, you are not at the Lord's Passover. You understand? That is just plain and simple. There can only be one, you understand, that you have that Passover, and that's in the I.S.U.P.K. All right? No, go ahead.
Verse 12. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me.
So who's the youngest of them that said that? Who's the young one?
Ephraim and his kingdom and his brethren.
Tribe of Judah.
Who it is about that one?
The northern kingdom, Ephraim and his brethren.
Yes. Right. So we were Israel. So the young Israel, he came to the father, right, and said what?
Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living.
Right. Read on.
And now the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country.
Read on.
And there wasted his substance with righteous living.
Riotous living. Riotous. Meaning, just think you enjoying life. You go to the club, the liquor ain't getting you high enough, so you roll that blunt up. The blunt ain't getting you high enough. You pop some mollies, whatever. You understand? He was having a ball, in other words. A ball. Read on.
And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want.
Right? Just like you black sisters who, you know what I mean, it's going to come a time when there is a famine. You understand? And you will wonder, is all the black, where's all those black men? A famine after enjoy. You know what I mean? You have joy. What it say comes what? Sorrow. Yeah, after joy is a saying. Yeah, after joy comes sorrow. You understand? He enjoys himself. And what comes now? Famine. Right? Read on.
Verse 15. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country. And he sails to feed swine.
All right, so join, meaning he went to work. He went to work. All right, read on.
And he would fain have belly with the husks that the swine did eat.
So he was so hungry. What did he say?
And he would fain have filled his belly with the husks of that the swine did eat.
Come on, man. I mean, that read on.
And no man gave unto him.
And what?
And no man gave unto him.
No man was trying to feed him. No man was trying to save him. Read on.
And when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger.
So now he doing what? In this parable, what is Israel doing in this parable here?
Begging.
Okay, begging, but in this verse, what is he actually doing? What verse you at?
Verse 17.
Verse 17. What is Israel doing in this verse here? When it say, and he came to himself, what do we say?
It's like, sir, came to his senses.
Basically, he came to his senses. I mean, he's he pondering. I mean, he out working this field. He taking care of what? Swine. You understand? Pig. You understand? He's on a pig farm feeding pigs. And is hungry. And whatever the pigs is eating, you just imagine you seeing a big fat pig. You understand? And he getting fat off of what? The food he eating. And you so hungry, you going to do what? Maybe this shit, excuse me, French, maybe this stuff tasting good. You understand? He was that hungry in hell, as you would say. Right, read on.
He said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven.
I have what?
I have sinned against heaven.
I have sinned against heaven. Read on.
And before thee. And am no more worthy to be called thy son.
Because Most High, when you read the Old Testament, he cast off Israel because of what?
Sin?
Yes. You understand? Because they went, remember, if you didn't celebrate the Passover, what was supposed to happen to you?
Sluggish, sir. You get cut off.
You cut off. You understand? If you know what I mean, the simplest thing, you miss, I believe it's 3 high holy days, you out. You understand? Like the Lord was strict with it. You understand? So the Lord did what with Israel? He cast them off. And when he cast them off, he put them where? With the Assyrians first. Right? So he sent them into captivity. And you are Israelite, you seeing that, you was like, the Lord not with what? Not with them no more.
Right.
You understand? Because now they have to go and serve what? Slavery under this nation. You understand? These heathens. You understand? So now read on.
And am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants.
Make me what?
As one of thy hired servants.
Make me as one of these hired servants. Meaning he will take any seat back in this kingdom. You understand? That his father had. He's going to take that seat, whatever seat the Father has. That's why I think because King David was saying he'll be a doorman. You understand? Make him, you know what I mean? He in the kingdom, he didn't care. He just want to be there. You understand? Because at that point he understand the reality of things. All right, read on.
And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion.
So father, compassion. You understand? Read on.
And ran.
And ran to him. Read on.
And fell on his neck and kissed him.
And fell on his neck and kissed him. You understand? Salute him. You understand? Shalom, ta. Young man. You understand? He was happy to see that son. Yeah, read on.
And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven.
All right, what that son realized? That he did what?
I have sinned against heaven.
I have sinned against heaven. All right, read on.
And in thy sight.
And in thy what?
And in thy sight.
Read on.
And am no more worthy to be called thy son.
And no more worthy to be called thy son. Like this brother here, you understand? In this parable, like he realized that, man, what I did was wrong. You understand? And what the Lord always say about that? About a man recognizing that he did something wrong. What did the Lord say about it? I forget where it is. I think it's Ezekiel. Let me see if I get here. Ezekiel, let's see, 18. Yeah, 18 and 23. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 23. Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die?
Read it one more time.
Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die?
What does that mean?
The Most High doesn't take pleasure in killing us.
No, he does not take pleasure in doing it. Right.
Saith the Most High power, and not that he should return from his ways and live.
That he what?
Saith the Most High power, and not that he should return from his ways and live.
Right. What does the Lord want you to happen? What does the Lord want to happen? Go ahead.
He wants you to turn from your wicked ways so he doesn't kill you.
And that's what the Lord wants.
Come.
You understand? That's what he wants. You understand? He wants you to recognize that you have done what? Yes. Or sinned. And do what? And start doing what? Come on. Repenting. And repenting mean what?
Get right and do what he's telling you to do.
Say the word. When Christ saw the woman, was about when the people caught the woman in adultery, right? That woman in adultery. What did Christ tell that woman?
Go and sin no more.
Yes. Yes, so you repent. You go sin no more. You understand? You know it's wrong. Now you do what? You don't go out there and do that again. Right? Any more on that?
Allah, sir.
Okay, so now go back to Luke. All right. Come on.
Verse 22. But the father said to his servants, bring forth the best robe and put it on him.
All right.
And put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. And bring hither the fatted calf.
That's right. Amen. Then sin no more. All right, go on.
And bring hither the fatted calf and kill it. And let us eat and be merry.
And let us what?
Eat and be merry.
Because he's what? This father is what? Come on.
What was that verse in Ezekiel 23 and 15?
No, 18 and 23.
18 and 23.
Go ahead. What you gonna say?
So like I was gonna say, he's seeing that he wants to live, so he's taking him back.
Okay, but what is the father's emotion here?
Like sir. Emotion of
Simple.
Yeah.
Forgiveness.
Yeah. Happy. He just happy that his son. Yeah, I mean, like you'll be happy that your son doing what? Your son obeying you. Yeah, son. You'll be real happy. You'll see. I mean, I'll pass smile on your face. This one right here, he is the. You know what I mean? He is the way. You know what I mean? The Lord gonna love this little one right here, and you mean that'll put. You know what I mean? You'll feel some joy. You know what I mean? Read on.
For this my son was dead and is alive again.
But this my son was what?
Dead.
What? Okay. When he said dead, what does that mean? Yes, Mendez. Right. Happy. When it said dead, what does that mean? Mean he was in the ground, he was in the box?
It doesn't mean he was dead in the box. He was not alive like in Ezekiel with the valley of dry bones.
Okay, you're right.
Okay.
But I want it a little more like straight. I went straight forward. Yeah, come on, Akaya.
Is that son was living in sin, and he's now come to his father and explained that he has now realized that he was living in sin and he will sin no more. So that was what made his father very happy.
Right. You okay, you're right with it, right? But I'm looking for a specific word.
So like I want to say, he wasn't no use to him.
You also be saying it all the time, you know, man. When he say he was dead, remember, okay, this go help you understand it.
Quick on the dead.
This go help you understand it. Watch, I see something here right now, right? Go to Matthew 8.
Okay.
When you all read it, come on, Cap.
Come on, cousin.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 8, verse 22. But Yahweh shall say unto him, follow me. Bury their
what?
They're dead.
Dead. Buried their dead. All right, what does that mean?
Matthew 8:22.
Huh?
Palaki, sir.
Come on.
What Christ was referring to is people not in the truth.
Come on, with people not in the truth, what we say then?
They are dead. They are dead to the truth.
Yes, they're dead, but what do we say they are in? If you're not in the truth, where is?
In the world.
That's it. That's what I'm looking for. That's it. That's it. Fine, you know what I mean? All right. No, not so much reborn Mendez. But it basically mean what? Go back to Luke now.
Come. For this my son was dead.
For this my son was dead. Where was his son?
In the world.
In the world. He went and lived a what? A riotous what? Lifestyle. All right? He went and enjoyed himself. He was in the world. You understand? He didn't celebrate the high holy days. He celebrated what? Thanksgiving, July 4th. You understand? He didn't do what the Lord said to do. Right? Read on.
And is alive again.
And was what?
And is alive again.
And is alive again. Meaning what?
Like, sir, he's in the truth.
That's it. He's in the truth now. You understand? Read on.
He was lost.
He was what?
He was lost.
So you in that fake Israelite group who claim that we all may not have the truth. You're what?
He was lost.
You're lost. You understand? Right? You Christians, you all are lost. Right? Read on.
And is found.
Now this brother, now he is what?
And is found.
Found. Yeah.
And they began.
And it began to be what? Right? Meaning it started to what? Party, right? Read on.
Now his elder son was in the field. And as he came and drew nigh to the house, music and dancing.
So the elder son in the field working, he in music and dancing. What the hell going on here? And I ain't getting, you know what I mean? I know what's heels. Read on.
And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said unto him, thy brother is come, and thy father hath killed the fatted calf, because he hath received him safe and sound.
All right, read on.
And he was angry.
And he was what?
And he was angry.
Yes, I mean. That's Judah. He was what?
And he was angry.
Angry. You understand? These Hispanics need to get out of here. They're taking all our jobs. You understand? Read on.
And would not go in.
I will not go in. I read on.
Yeah.
Meaning he ain't trying to take part in that. You understand? He ain't happy that his brother returned. You understand? Read on.
Therefore came his father out and entreated him.
I read on.
And said to his father, lo, these many years do I serve thee. Neither transgressed I at any time thy commandment. And yet thou never gavest me a kid.
Right.
That I might make merry with my friends.
I read on.
But as soon as this thy son was come, which hath devoured thy living with harlots, thou hast killed for him the fatted calf.
You understand? That's just how we think. Right? Read on.
Thou art ever with me. I have.
Son, he was with the father. Wherever the father had is his own. But what was his problem?
Like you said, that this brother was getting and everything.
Right. Yeah. You understand? He more angry with the brother. You understand? With his own brother. And that the beef we have. Hispanics, you know what I mean? Blacks, when I say blacks, meaning Judah. You understand? That little slight beef, that little jealousy. You understand? Read on.
And if he said unto him, verse 32, it was meet that we should make merry and be glad. For this thy brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found.
And is found, you understand? It's saying we should do it. You understand? You should be happy. You understand? That's why when you read about, as I say, Peter and Paul, and you see Paul and Peter going back and forth with the circumcision and uncircumcision, you understand? Is that, you know what I mean, where that joining back together. You understand? That issue that we had. You understand? And this prodigal son is who? Who is the prodigal son? Israel, basically. You understand? Israel is your prodigal son. You understand? This just ain't about leaving the Lord like the Christian church saying and coming back. No, this is the Lord here showing you, but Christ is saying what the Lord is trying to show us is what? One nation. You understand? Israelites. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have to join back together. You understand? Lord, pull them back in. Right? And that's beef, as I say, that you read about with Paul and Peter and the other disciples. Right? That part, I think, I forget where it is, where Peter was sitting down talking with them. And when the other disciples walk in, he got up and was like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't know them, basically. You understand? That's what was going on. But we was one.
Right.
Right? You know, any questions on it? Because that was it on the prodigal son. Was going into a little bit, maybe we'll touch on it a little more next week too, is the mark of the beast. All right. You all know what the mark of the beast is? What's the mark of the beast?
Sin.
All right. Is it you know some Israelites would say, Israelite groups would say what? It's what? It's a what? Microchip. All right. But we all know that that ain't the mark of the beast. All right. Let's go to Revelation 13, verse 13.
Okay.
I mean, when you get you could
Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders.
And he what?
And he doeth great wonders.
Who's the he that doeth great wonders? All right, who's the he that doeth great wonders?
The beast.
Yes, Mendez, you're hitting it on the head. White supremacy, Christianity. Right? Who's read it one more time?
And he doeth great wonders.
And he doeth great wonders. Who's that he?
The beast. Cancer. Cancer.
Yeah,
The beast doeth great wonders.
Yes, the white man. That's it. Richard Mendez. All right, Richard Mendez. That's it. The white man. So read it one more time.
And he doeth great wonders.
Listen to the wonders and read.
So that he maketh fire come down from heaven.
That he make it what?
Fire come down from heaven.
How does the white man make fire come down from heaven? And you're better to tell me again. Come on.
Cancer. Salakita.
How he brings fire down on the earth?
Missiles. Bombs.
Bombs, yes. What do we call some? Give me the name of some of them bombs. The hellfire, what? Missile. The what?
Hellfire missile.
Come on, give me some names.
The Moab.
The Moab, mother of all bombs. You understand? Fire on this earth. When you drop that bomb on your so-called butt, what's gonna happen? Burn up. It's like a dragon breathing fire on you. You know what I mean? Read on.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
In the sight of men. You understand? Like he ain't want to be white man. He have a drone that is pilot on the ground arc with a camera on that plane. That plane does not have a pilot. It has bombs on it. You understand? And he does this in the sight of men. You know, scared them Arabs more than likely feeling, seeing that joint flying through the sky. Them. I can't say the Lord be with them. You know what I mean? I can't say the Lord be with them. That's between them and the white man. You understand? Now read on.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Yes, Richard Mendes, ICBM missiles. You understand?
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power.
So what's that? What's that miracles they're talking about?
Technology.
Huh?
Technology.
Yeah. But give me more on the
military side.
And the reason why I'm saying that too is because man, he has, you know, so these other nations, they have technology too. But there's something that don't want to mess with the white man with.
Air superiority and the powerful missile.
Okay, who uses the
military?
Yes. I mean that's it in it. That when you say military, it's going to encompass what their technology and their might on the earth. So read it again.
Come. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Sight of the what?
The beast.
All right. So he have what? You understand? That miracle is that military might he has. You understand? That wrong bullying nations.
Right.
You understand? Allies, because if they don't become allies, what will happen to them? I think it was one of those wars where I forget the Egyptian at the time. He had gathered I believe it was several nations, about 6 nations around Israel, right? Around that white man.
Gaddafi.
Not Gaddafi. It was Egyptian. It was one of those Egyptian president.
Anwar Sadat.
Huh?
Anwar Sadat.
I think it's Hadat, or whatever you call it, Hadat. I forget his name. But he tried they tried to go and invade. And they're saying 6 days Israel had them pissing on the south. You understand? In 6 days. All right? In 6 days, them so-called white Israeli had them pissing on the south, man. Because bombing on them. I think they destroyed the Egyptian Air Force in 1 hour. 1 hour. They didn't get one plane off the ground. You understand? That just show you what this white man really have. You understand? Is that military might? You understand? You don't want to be messing with the white man. You know what I mean? So some of them, they do what? To that pressure. You understand? Read on.
And deceive, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast.
That they should make a what?
An image to the beast.
Now, what's the image to the about? What's that image?
The white Christ. Salaki,
say that one time.
The white Christ.
Yes, Sergio Borgia. All right. What? Read that one more time.
And deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they can image to the beast.
That they should make a what?
An image to the beast.
Right, an image to the beast. You understand? right? That image right there. When you see that image, what that image tells you?
The white
Yes,
man is
Richard
God.
Mender, cover the faces of the judges thereof. Yes, Caesar Borgia. When you see this image, what does this image tells you?
The white man is God.
The white man is what?
God.
Yes, but okay, you're right, but how to say it? How to say it? A picture tell 1,000. I forget how to say it. But give me a little more about that image. What image that push on the whole earth today? Go ahead, sis.
Okay. Sorry. Jesus is not black, and it promotes white supremacy.
Yes, you are right with what you're saying, but okay, the white man have somebody who is your communication specialist or your public what do you call him, public what? Your public somebody to deal with your image.
PRs.
Your PRs, right?
Yeah.
You understand? Like these so-called celebrities, they have PRs or people for their public, for their image. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what does this image represent? Like what you all say, everything you all say is right. But when you see this image, right, before you came into the truth, what did it represent to you?
Was it power?
Yes, but you gotta give me a little more.
It represented white supremacy.
Yeah, that's what the sister said.
Okay.
But you're in the truth now, and you know what the picture represents. Before you came into the truth, okay, is that good? You ever talk to some of your friend about the truth, right? And it's the devil, and they watch you like you're crazy. You have friends like that who watch you like, nigga, you crazy. The white man is what? The devil. Yeah. All right? Come on.
It represents all white people.
Yes, but you gotta give me a little more on the Israel as an image, the pushing. All right?
God loves everybody.
Yes, but when I say it, you're all gonna be like, it's okay. The image the white man has is, I will come you.
Good.
You understand? That's the image. So when you say the white man is the devil, when you say the what the Bible speaks of against the image he's pushing on the earth, and the image has been pushed on the earth is because of this picture of the white man. This picture right here of the white man that was pushed on the earth, right here, will have you think this man will never harm a head. You understand? Right. It's because of the I.S.U.P.K. You understand that this man is the devil, and what he is, you know what I mean? He is what? One, a murderer, thief, robber, you name it. Everything going down the list. You understand? That's what he is. But the image he pushes is not, you know what I mean? It ain't like, you know what I mean? You really think that he ain't a pedophile. Right. When you are from a man that looks like this. You understand? You go do the I forget the name of the test, right? But there's a test they did on black kids with the white doll and the black doll. And most of them pick what? They pick the what?
Like, sir, the white doll.
Yes, to pick the white doll. You understand? That's you know what I mean, that ain't by coincidence. That's because the image that's been pushed on the earth of this white man is that he is your savior. You understand? When you're in turmoil, when the country in turmoil, who do you pick the phone up and call? Hey, Donald, You see some problems here, sir. I got you, buddy. This, that, the other. You make a deal with him, America forces is on your doorstep to help you. You understand? That will happen where? In Libya. You understand? Gaddafi he didn't want to bow down. And what happened to him? He died a horrible death. You understand? A horrible death. You know what I mean? Like you all think this white man playing around? He ain't. Right, read on.
Which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Wound by the sword, meaning what? How was he wounded by the sword? Meaning what?
He fell.
Yeah, but who is he when they say wound by the sword?
Rome. And Rome fell.
Yes. Yes. Rome fell. You're right. I was wounded by the sword, but read on.
And did live. And did live.
And how is it living today?
The Vatican becoming a country.
Okay. Today.
For the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, but you giving me a small entity. Think big. Think real big on a bigger scale. When the Pope came to America, who he went and sat down with?
The president. UN.
Yes.
UN. I think it was UN.
Yes, the president. You understand? Remember, does the Vatican have a military? You understand? But the military they would use is who?
America.
Yes. You understand? So who lived? Who is the one that lived? Read one more time.
Which had a wound by a sword and did live.
Right. Had a wound by a sword and did live. How is Rome living today?
Through America's power.
Yes, very good. Through America. America is who? Baby Rome. You understand? Like that. That's America pushes this image of Cesar Borgia as being who? Christ.
And deceived the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beasts, to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image.
That they should make a what?
An image to the beast.
That they should make an image to the beast. You understand? Image, and that image is Cesar Borgia. That image is the reputation that comes with that picture. That picture, he's looking all what? He's looking harmless. Not even kill a fly. You understand? He would look like he wouldn't call a fly a pest. You understand? He's looking harmless. Right, read on.
Which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And he had what?
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
He had power to give life to the image of that beast. Read on.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as were
should be what?
Should be killed.
What is it saying here? Anybody? Facebook? Anybody?
You don't worship that white Christ you put to death.
Say that one more time.
You don't worship the white Christ you have put to death.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as straight to the point as you can get.
Also, the image of the beast should speak.
Right. So now, to understand, you write Abadawan, all right. But before I let go on a little more, go to Ezekiel 34 and 8. So remember, is a mark, right? This is, right? So if it's a mark, then if you say there's a mark, yes, and it's a microchip, then what is the beast?
Right.
Right? Now you're gonna get what the beast is. Okay?
4 verse 8. As I live, saith the Most High Power. Surely because my flock became a prey.
Surely because my what?
My flock.
So the Lord is describing a flock as being
prey.
Oh, slugs. Who is the Lord describing the flock to be? Became a prey. Come on.
Slugs, sir. He's saying my flock is his people.
All right, wait, who is his people? Tell me.
Oh, slugs, sir. The blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians.
Right, the Israelites.
Come on, sir.
Right, so he is likening Israelites to, right? And he call us what? Sheeps. Right? Now read on.
And my flock became meat to every beast of the field.
All right. Say that one more time.
And my flock became meat to every beast of the field.
My flock
meat to every beast of the field.
Meat. You understand? Meaning what? What is meat? Meat is what?
It's like, sir, to eat.
It's food. So we became as food for what?
To every beast of
the field. You remember that? You could not go Genesis also too. You understand? Became meat to the beasts of the field. Right. And the beasts of the field is referring to who? Go ahead.
So like the other nations.
The other nations. Do you understand? Is there any more?
Come on, sir.
Read on.
Because there was no shepherd.
Because there what?
There was no shepherd.
Right? Because you need a shepherd to do what? To protect the what? The flock from the what? Right? You became meat to all these other beasts. All right, read on.
Neither did my shepherd search for my flock.
They ain't search for the flock. You understand? Right? So we know the beasts are these other nations. You understand? So this beast we learning about here is that, or who is that? The white man.
Right.
Right? Specific when it comes to this beast.
Right.
So now go back to Revelation. All right. Now the sister Tamar I.S.U.P.K, believe it's a sister, right? Does it give power to the image of the beast? So read that part over again.
Come. And he had power to give life unto the image.
How did the white man give power to this image of the beast? Come on. Yes. And when they say Christianity, give me a little more.
It's like the Roman Catholic Church.
Yes. Give me.
Sir.
Come on.
He did that in the movie.
Oh,
yeah,
Hollywood.
You're right, but come on.
Through the Crusades and murder and like when they did all the enslaving Jesus.
Okay, right. He gave power to what? The image of the beast, right? So, in other words, when Serge Bourget, what happens?
Yeah, love your enemies.
No, don't get me love your enemy. Okay, This year, for about 2 minutes, you will have to put yourself in a filthy Christian. You know what I mean? But just for 1 minute, just put yourself in a filthy Christian, you know what I mean, mindset. You're a filthy Christian, right? You worship in Sergio Borgia for what purpose? You don't give a damn about loving everybody. What you give a damn about?
Like yourself.
Your belly. You understand? Work. You understand? You worship him. If that power because of what
and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and any as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
All right. You understand? Like it boils down to the point whereas if you do not want to accept what will happen to your country, if you die, those Iraqis across there, Islam. And it's some time, but I'm telling you, in the near future, the main religion is going to be what? Christianity.
They already doing it over there. Break the villages versus Christianity. They got a whole village of Christians that.
Yes, and you will see the village where the Christian prospering over the ones that want to take on what? Islam. Like the white man make it in such a way whereas you have to worship this image. What's the other one name? Condoleezza Rice. They had to worship this image. You understand? Like that's the power this image have. You understand what I'm saying? Like you should see sisters' faces, brothers and sisters' faces at camp when we say this is not Christ and we destroy it, pelted to the ground. Right. You should see their face. You understand? Oh my God, what did he just do? Because that image has power. You understand? They walk by and be like, oh no, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. Right. You're going to pay for that. Because that you like a bra, you go put that image, step on that image in front of that bra. You're gonna see somebody else. You'll be like, oh no. Do you worship Satan? This, that, the other. You understand? Chicken head with blood right in the kitchen right there. You know, in the kitchen right there, with feathers, everything, blood, everything right there. You understand? Because in their mind, this image is what? Is powerful. This image, you pray to that image, it's going to do what? It's going to free you from the bondage your government have you under. You understand? Right. What you think is going on in Venezuela right now? Who you think they're praying to? Who you think the Venezuelan praying to right now? The white man may go into Venezuela. All this thing they're piling up on Venezuela about what the human rights, whatever. That is them building a case. And before you know it, their prayers are going to be answered because they pray to who? The image of the beast. You understand? That to talk about that going to save them. You understand? This image right here. All right? Read on.
Oh God. Both small and poor and bond to receive a man or in their foreheads.
Don't tell me that's the chips that I went through here, right? What's the mark in your right hand? What's the mark in your right hand? What's the mark in your right hand? That mark in your right hand is what? Come on.
Money.
Anybody? Come on.
Taking up the fight for Christianity in the image of the beast.
Yes, to uphold its image of this beast. All right, you're gonna fight to do it. And how do you do that? Come on. Kill. And where do you have the license to kill? I see you all want to say it. Where you will have the license to kill? In the what?
Military.
Yes, military, police force. You know what I mean? And those of you brothers and sisters who are in the military, you get counsel, man, on that situation. You understand? The white man give you a specific time to be in there. You do it after that, shalom. I'm out. I don't care if I had to go broke. I am out. You gave me for that time, but I'm out. You know what I mean? I didn't know, but now I know. You understand what I'm saying? Right? And what's the next one? What?
In their foreheads.
And how does that get that mark? Get in your forehead. Right? Doctrine. Yes, Mendes. You're right. That doctrine of Christianity is the mark. You understand? Now with that, I hate to leave on that note, right? But for sure we're gonna get back. I'm gonna continue, or I will start over this entire mark of the beast. You know what I mean? So that we get it, you know what I mean, fully get into it. All right. And we know the mark of the beast has nothing to do with the microchip.
Right.
You understand? Negroes are pushing that, just following after the white man. What's his name? Alex Jones. And Negroes who actually pushing that, they just want to sin, smoke weed, bang white hoes, whatever. You understand? That's what they're all about. You understand? But we know that the mark of the beast has to do with what? Christianity, and it has to do with what? You know, going to kill to uphold the white man, Christianity, capitalism, whole, you know what I mean, voting, everything. Right? So with that, I'm gonna pass the clown to Priest and Officer Ratazar for the announcements. All right? Shalom.
I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We're the I.S.U.P.K start out of West Street, Harlem, New York. Roof for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother enters a person, get permission from the head brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each 6 month period. The brother and sister
mute your side.
6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3 verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, the department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is Hanukkah, or Feast of the Dedication, is December 1st through the the 8th. December 1st through the 8th.
I believe so. Let me see. You have it there. Let me see.
Watch, I'm not here.
Let me see. Well, 1 minute, right? I'll get it from the brother. All right, with this, Feast of the Dedication, right? Hanukkah, Saturday the 1st, December 2018, for 8 days.
Go
ahead.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf.
And with that, it's yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the All Father there.
It's like something.
See, let's see the All Father. And with that, I Mariam. All right, which means rise and what happened here? Hakodan, which means rise and face the east. Let me go see the Lord prayer in Hebrew, and then I'm gonna let you all out. All right. So we're gonna rise and face the east. Yeah, maybe that. Sure.
He says. All right. That way.
This way.
Come on.
Okay, let's go.
Abanau. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Daba'ah.
Abadawan, you all had to rise and face the east.
Cancer, we're doing that.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Abanau. Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakuka.
Daba'ah.
Ratazaka. Hayah. I.S.U.P.K. Ba'aratza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nathanlanau. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalaknau. Kawaknau. Kasalaknau. Kawaknau. Wala'ah. Tabi'ah. Manasai. Abo. Hawashai. Mayan. Rad. Kaya. Laka. Hamalaku. Waha'al. Wahatapara. Amen.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
So, which means turn. One courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Manu Shabbat, I.M.T.L. Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yarimutah.
Sisters.
Courtesy salute to Israel, Manu Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yarimutah. Class dismissed.
Thank you.